Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So the 5 mistakes I made in the last 5 years. So the 5 years seems to be a long period of time, but still, these are the mistakes that I want none of you to repeat in your life, because we need to learn from others' mistakes, right? So that's why these are the mistakes that I committed, I came to know, and I'm trying to change. So first of all, I want to clarify that mistakes are necessary. So a lot of people say mistakes, no one should make mistakes, that should be perfect, everyone should be perfect. No, I completely disagree with this. This is my personal opinion. It may vary up to you, but mistakes are necessary for growth. So once if we do mistake and we came to know that and we are willing to learn from it, it's really a game changer, right? So without making any mistakes, no one learns anything. Even a child, when he or she is trying to learn, he falls down, he gets up the same way. Everyone knows that, obviously. So mistakes are necessary for growth, but repeatedly making the same mistakes without learning anything from that is completely foolishness. So from that, I want you to understand that everyone can make mistakes. Even top people who are educated well enough, who have PhD, anything it can be, whoever have great wisdom, let it be anyone, but anyone can make mistakes, and that's completely normal. So okay, let's get into the fifth mistake I made first. So the fifth mistake that I made is not prioritizing my sleep. This is an important mistake because when it comes to health, sleep plays an integral part of it, right? So when we don't prioritize sleep enough, it affects a lot of parts. So why sleep is important is that's the period of time among of that 24 hours, just that 7 to 8 hours is really crucial, because that's the period of time where our body regenerates, takes rest, our conscious mind just gets take some rest, right? In other times we'll be thinking, we'll be always in that beta waves, our brain will be producing waves. So when we are awake, our brain will be producing beta waves. So when we are getting to the sleep, it slowly goes from beta to alpha, then theta and delta. So that's where deep sleep and dreams comes. So when we are not giving enough sleep to our body, enough rest to our body and brain, what it does is it affects other parts of the life. For example, the main thing is it affects health. So it affects like immunity, it affects the immunity. So you might have seen people who don't regularly sleep a certain period of time, or who have change in routine, change in sleep schedule, tend to fall ill faster than others. So really there will be a degrade in immunity. That's the hormone which sets our sleep. So that hormone producers will be getting into sleep, into the sleep mode. So have you ever witnessed that sometimes, like, we will be, our eyes will be tired and we wanted to sleep, but we tend to avoid the sleep. That wanted to sleep, that phase is because of the hormone melatonin. So not only that hormone, a lot of other hormones are also getting affected without sleeping in a good way. And also there are a lot of serious diseases, illnesses, like certain kinds of cancers can arise without proper sleep. It's all interconnected. Just not sleeping will cause that kind of thing, but it's all interconnected. So without poor immunity, so when we don't sleep properly, the waste in our body, in our cells, will not get dumped outside. It will be staying inside for longer. So this really stresses other parts of our body too. Then finally we cannot focus, we cannot concentrate. We may think that if I sacrifice my sleep today, so I will get extra amount of time. That's completely false. You will get extra amount of time, but you are getting it as a loan from the next day. So you cannot focus on the next day, the performance will be poor. Maybe it can work for a few days, but after that you can see degrade in everything. Try to sleep on the same time, try to wake up on the same time. So the fourth mistake I made is not doing regular self audits. So what self audits means here? Doing a reflection. What am I doing now? Am I doing correct way? What are the struggles am I facing? How am I dealing with it? So by doing this, I came to know that I'm making these mistakes. Until that, I'm completely unaware of the mistakes. So it's really important to do self audits now and then. Like, it's a kind of journal. It's a journal karo, guys. So every day, just a 5 minute or 10 minutes, it's up to you. So it's according to your free time. You can do journaling. You can write how was your day went, how was your mood, what are the things you did, what are the things you wanted to do, how can you go there. So what are the challenges you faced, how you overcame that. So these are kind of learning from them, right? So it's really crucial to check where we are at. So this is the fourth mistake. The third is forgetting the present and living in the future. So this happens most of the time. So this mistake is not only in the last 5 years. I made this from my childhood. So, but as a child, it doesn't matter. But as we have grown up, it really matters. As for a 20-year-old, it's really important to take action to develop himself instead of just dreaming about how we'll be doing in this year at this age, where we'll be going. It's really uh, poor, foolish thing to do, because action is always important. We may tend to forget the present, that we may always think that tomorrow I'm gonna do this, next year I will be there, then after that I will be earning this much. Everything is fine. It's okay to have a plan, it's okay to have a vision, it's important to have a plan and vision, but without action, the plan and the vision is a complete failure. So even acting every day on a small scale is really important to step higher and higher, to go towards that plan, to accomplish that plan, to go towards that vision. It's really important. So instead of just planning about the future, dreaming about the outcomes, focus on the execution, the action that you have now. You may not have control over the future, but we all have control over our present. So through present we can change the future, but just dreaming about the future makes no sense. So be aware about that. So the second mistake I've made is very important, so giving my time and energy to everyone without any boundaries. As a youth, so this is the youth phase, right? I've given a picture here. So the normally how a life of a person is. So in the childhood and youth time, he may have a lot of time and a lot of energy, but he may not have money. He may or may not. But and in the middle age, he may have a lot of money and energy, but no proper time. And in the old age, like after being retired kind of thing, uh, we may have a lot of money and a lot of time, and we may not have energy. So it's definitely true. So the only thing pressure we have at this age is our time and energy. So instead of just giving everyone present every amount of energy and time, like we have a certain limits, right? We have our cognitive limits. Our brain can perform only this much in a particular day. So but if we are giving our energy to everyone, if we are giving our time to others, obviously we are giving our energy to. When we are giving these two, we are giving all the treasures we have. Already we have just two treasures at this age, especially as a teenagers. As teenagers and young adults will have time and energy in their college days, in their school days, but they don't have money. So the only treasures they have is time and energy. But if they are giving that to everyone, what do they have left? No. So with that time and energy, by using that for themselves, they can create something, they can build something new, and they can learn a lot of steps with the right strategies. So this is the important thing, that you should never give your time and energy to everyone. You can give, but there should be a boundary, there should be a limit. Like you should have something for you. We are aware that we should not give our money to everyone. Everyone knows that we don't give it like carelessly to everyone, but we are unaware. Most of us are unaware about the time and energy. So I want every one of you to be very, very careful about giving your time and energy to others. So as I said, while doing regular self audits, you will come to know whom you are spending much time with, whom you are giving much energy to, what are the tasks that are draining your energy, which is not important. So all are interconnected. So I wanted to make sure that you don't give your time and energy to everyone. So energy follows time. Like if you give your time, energy automatically follows. And energy doesn't mean just physical energy, it also means mental energy and the emotional energy kind of things. Because when we are giving our energy, we are being drained in the end if we are not aware about that. So this is very crucial. So if you only have time and energy, you can do regular audits, you can improve yourself, you can become a better person. So this is really a crucial thing. So I don't want any one of you to waste your time and energy by giving or spending it to useless people or things. So be very careful on that. It's okay to build with others, give time and energy to others in a productive way, but be aware that you should have something for yourself in the end. The number one mistake is breaking promises with myself, and this is the most dangerous one. Believe me, this is the one which I made for the last 3 years continuously, that have affected my whole life till now. The whole past 3 years now, it affected me my a lot. Because whenever we make a promise, like we tend to do one thing, but then we postpone, when we postpone that or not, we break a promise with myself in simply. Like if I'm trying to say tomorrow I'm going to read 3 pages of some kind of book and I'm skipping that, then I'm saying that I'm going to go to gym at 5 p.m. in the evening and I'm skipping that, what happens is we are breaking our self trust again and again. We are doing right. So what our brain does is it understands that he is not suitable for these kind of things, he is not productive, he is procrastinator, he is waste. It erodes our self trust. So but this is not the only thing. What happens is it leads us to endless loop of procrastination and increased inner resistance. It will never allow us to move forward. So which is really a biggest barrier. This can become a biggest barrier of your life if you keep on doing. This is the major issue I'm fighting right now. So I'm not a guru kind of person who's trying to teach strategies from my life lessons, my wisdom. No, I'm just one among you who is trying to fight the things that every one of you guys are fighting. Most of you guys are fighting. So never do this at any cost. This is the biggest mistake that I made in my life, and I was doing it till the last month. But this time I could see certain progress that I've stopped planning immediately and I started auditing more and more, and how much energy I have, how much tasks can I do. So over scheduling, over having a to-do list of hundreds and 150s of tasks is really a poor thing. Just prioritization is important. So never ever break your promise with myself. After making all these five mistakes, the important results are I couldn't sleep properly. So I tend to sleep at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., sometimes don't sleep at all. I don't know why. So it's because of the hormone imbalance, I believe. Then poor health, as immunity degrades, I tend to fall ill often. So I tend to get a lot of pimples in my faces. So it's all because of our poor health, right? Then master in procrastination. I got my masters in procrastination without any bachelor's. So the thing is, I procrastinated more and more. So from my childhood, I procrastinate. It's also in a survey it is said that 95% of people said that they believe they are procrastinating. So it's not just 30 or 40, 95%. So it's like obviously most of the people procrastinates, but these mistakes, especially the first mistake, the important mistake I said, can become can make us the master in procrastinator. So completely avoid that. That can erode our self trust, and these can lead to poor focus and concentration. If they dead, we can't do deep work, we cannot build anything that is of true value. So there will be no clarity. Poor sleep, it's directly involved with no clarity, we cannot concentrate, right? If there are poor focus and poor concentration, obviously there will be no clarity. So not knowing what's the actual problem, without doing any regular audits and self-reflection or journal, without speaking to ourselves either through paper or through a mirror or something, we may not know what the actual problem is. So we will be on the loop of the problem. Will be cycling inside as a hamster in the problem itself. So no time and energy, as we're giving off our energy and time to everyone, we will not have enough time to rebuild ourselves. Even if we know that we are making these mistakes, we know the solutions. If we are giving our time and energy off to everyone, we may not know, we may not have energy and time to rebuild ourselves. So this is really crucial. So that's why people say that it's important to learn to say no. It will be really hard for us to say no to the people. So we'll be thinking about what they will think, they will be worrying, we'll be thinking about them, but they won't be thinking about our time, our energy, and our work. We will be having a separate life, we'll be thinking about their peace, but they won't. So this is really a crucial thing. So we must learn to say no. So and so on, the results are so on. Then the key takeaways are, so I these are the things that I understood from my mistakes, as I didn't audit, and I understood from my mistakes. I don't want any one of you to repeat them. So I don't want you to sacrifice your sleep for anything. Sleep is really nature's beauty, to be honest. So I don't want any one of you to sacrifice your sleep at any cost. Then I want you to do regular self-reflection, to know about yourself, to know about what you're doing, what you're going through, how you're going through every single thing, which path you've chose, your plan. Is it working? Is it not working? Your mood, on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your mood? Tracking them on a scale of 1 to 10. What's your focus level on that day, on that particular time? It's really crucial. Either it can be digital or physical. You can use a diary, So a few people like that. So a few people like digitally, but it can be distractions too. So you can, it's up to you. You can even carry a small pocket diary. That's even useful. So then plan the future, have a vision, but stop dreaming. Stop mentally masturbating. There's a term called mental masturbation, where we tend to dream about the outcomes, we dream about the future possibilities, the future outcomes, instead of just acting on them. So this is really the bottleneck of moving forward. So take action in the present to make it happen. Have a plan, have a vision, but take action to make it happen. So then be strict with who and what you spend your time and energy on. Just don't be like give off your energy, give off your time to every single person you see, because you need some time, you need some energy for yourself in the end, to build yourself, to recover yourself. So it's really important. So never do this mistake as I was doing that, as I did. If you cannot do what you're gonna say, never say it. Because a lot of times I was piling up with a lot of to-do lists. Why I'm stressing this as much is, when I was in my school days, at a particular period of time, those days I was very focused. I would accomplish what I say. So after regular audits and journaling, I understood that I was writing to-do list which I was able to do. I completed the to I strike out them, I stored them in a box for the next 6 months to 1 year. I was very focused in what I do. I would do what I say. So that's how my brain was wired. It was wired in the last 6 months for that, and it was doing for the next 6 months to 1 year for that. What happened after that is I started writing things and I never accomplished them. Either one or two I accomplished some days I would be doing some other things, but the planned things, the to-do list will be the same. It would be on the loop. Writing, pending, writing, pending, writing, pending. So this leads to a complete erosion of self-trust. My whole identity, my whole me, myself, the inner me believe that I'm the kind of person who cannot do whatever I say. So in order to change this, there are a lot of simple ways. Now I know, but at that moment I was unaware. If you cannot do what you are say, never say it. So if you are planning something, be very mindful about what you are planning. If you are able to do it or not, you should be very careful. And if you have planned, you must do it. I recently had a 30-minute session with one of my mentor, like Alicia Abzia. She is from Germany. So what she said is, in order to escape from procrastination, she asked me to keep a list of completed tasks list. So even if you plan and you don't know how much you can accomplish, that's okay. If you are doing like 4 to 5 tasks out of 6 or 7, you can plan based on your energy. You can plan 1 or 2 tasks, the most three important thing, the three MITs. You can plan that. Doing this repeatedly also builds motivation and builds your self-trust again. That's all for today. I hope you learned something new. And I don't know whether you may be making these mistakes, you may not. If you're not making it, all good, no worries. But if you're making it, try to change it. And again, it's your free will, it's completely up to you. These are just my learnings, so I wanted you to be careful. Bye. Take care.